If anyone out there is still scared of the horrors of Pixar losing their touch, then you can always depend on their shorts to make that fear irrelevant. Wow, I just made three Halloween-related puns in one sentence, and the fact that I'm going to make a fourth right now is truly terrifying. Somebody should smash me in the face. Well, this is Toy Story of Terror. Toy Story of Terror is the first television special from Pixar. It follows a couple of our favorite characters, Woody, Buzz, Jessie, Mr. Potato Head, Rex, Trixie, and Mr. Pricklepants, as... wait a minute. That's 7, not 8, I'm sorry. As they are brought along with Bonnie on a road trip. After Bonnie and her mother get a flat tire, they have to spend the night at a cheap hotel, which, as we all know in horror movies, is always a good idea. So, as Bonnie and her mother are sleeping peacefully, Mr. Potato Head goes out to steal some, hotel soap or something, but he goes missing, and it's up to the rest of the gang to find him as they are slowly getting picked off one after another. Now, when I reviewed Monsters University, I mentioned that Pixar today is not the studio it once was when I was growing up as a kid. I know a lot of people don't like Brave. I like it personally. People seem to be mixed about Monsters University from what I'm hearing, but it's more on the positive side, and I think it appeals more to college students like me, people who are in college or having just finished. And let's be honest, we're all in the same boat in Cars 2. It sucks. So Toy Story 3 was really their last masterpiece so far. And segueing into the Toy Story films, I had a video up for a very short time called My Favorite Animated Films. You could still check out the video on my old channel, AlexG462, but basically, spoiler alert for that list, but the Toy Story trilogy ended up being on my top list. I love these movies. They're my favorite animated films of all time. And I love that Pixar is making these shorts to continue the story without actually having to make another movie. And while Toy Story Terror is not as heartfelt, or maybe not as humorous as the movies, it's still really good, and I think Pixar's first transition into doing TV specials is a success. This special isn't particularly scary. I mean, it's on ABC, it's from Pixar Disney, but it's funny like the movies are, and it plays on some horror elements, which I like. One thing I admire about this special is that a lot of its focus seems to be on Jessie, voiced once again by Joanne Cusack, and all the other voice actors from the movies come back for their characters. Tom Hanks as Woody, just coming off of Captain Phillips, Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, Don Rickles as Mr. Potato Head, and Walter Shaw as Rex. One thing I admire about Jessie in this special is that the focus is on her. And if you remember Toy Story 2, she was abandoned by her original owner, Emily. And she has a fear of being abandoned, left alone. This special plays on that fear of hers, and we see her sort of grow and basically face her fears, which is something I really admired. We also get the introduction of some new characters, most notably Combat Carl, which, if you remember the first Toy Story, he was the G.I. Joe-like toy that got blown up in Sid's backyard. There's also a Transformers-type toy that amused me, though. It took Pixar a while to parody the Transformers in Toy Story, but that was still amusing. I did have some problems, though. Throughout most of the short, Mr. Pricklepants, it makes all of these references to horror movies, and all these cliches that happen in them. At first it's kind of funny, but after a while it got a little annoying, and this is coming from someone who usually does this with his friends on occasion. And even I had to admit I don't do it as much as Mr. Pricklepants does in this short. Luckily he gets taken out fairly quick, but when he comes back, as soon as he starts to make references again, Potato Head is quick to tell him to shut up, which I found amusing. In the end, as Pixar's first TV special, I thought it was pretty good. It's a success, it's funny, it's not as good as the movies, but it was really good to see all of our favorite characters again. And in terms of the Toy Story series, I still love the idea that they're making shorts as a continuation, rather than Disney forcing them to make an unnecessary fourth movie. So this special I think is worth seeing. It might be on, I don't know if it's on Hulu or WatchABC.com, but whatever. In terms of like stuff I'd revisit for Halloween, time will tell, but at this point, I don't think it's a special that I'll be watching over and over on Halloween. And honestly, the older I get, I seem to watch more horror movies during that time. But it's still a good special, and you should definitely see it. So that's my review for Toy Story of Terror. Leave a comment if you've seen this special, subscribe to my channel for more reviews in the future, check out my other channel, AlexG462, follow me on Twitter at AlexG462, like me on Facebook /The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson, tell your friends about me, and remember, when it comes to movies and TV, know it before you see it. I'll see you guys later.